Good morning, everybody. This is the EZFX Signal Live Trading Room for Wednesday, August 24th, 2016. My name is Bradley Freed, and for the next 20 to 30 minutes, we're going to be going through our charts and our watch list, making sure that you're up to date with any changes that have happened with our open trades. And if there are any new trades or new trading opportunities, I will be introducing those to you and adding those to our list. If you have any questions during the broadcast, please post them to the chat room on this page. If you're watching the recording, please send me an email at ezfxsignal@gmail.com, or in the community, you can join the trading room group, or you can send a private message to me. I'm EZFX, and you can find me in the members list. All right, so without further ado, let's jump over to our watch list and just review where we were at yesterday. The two trades we were watching were the euro dollar buy and pound dollar buy. Then we were, so I don't think this is the updated list. That's right, I have to go to the bottom to find the, sorry, I just woke up, so bear with me. All right, so the current list. We were watching the pound Aussie sell and the Aussie Newsy buy. Those hadn't set up yet, so those were trades we were watching. In our new and open trades list, we had the Euro Aussie sell, which was new, and the Aussie Yen buy, which was new. And we were waiting for one more point of confirmation on those. We weren't in those yet necessarily. I believe the Euro Aussie we were already in, but the Aussie Yen we were not. For the Euro dollar, that was a new trade. It had retraced a bit, so you could still get in it. I'd been in it for a while, and now it's today it's moved more in our favor. And finally, in our open trades, we had an Aussie Swiss buy, Aussie CAD buy, dollar CAD buy, Euro pound sell, pound Swiss buy, pound CAD buy, and pound yen buy. And we've had some winners this week. We closed out the pound Newsy buy for a win of 112 pips, and the dollar peso buy for a win of 207 pips. That has gone further today. It actually made it to the final profit target. So again, that was a judgment call. We didn't have a, I guess we'll talk to it more when we get to talk about it more when we get to the charts. That might be more useful. And earlier, last week we closed a Aussie Swiss sell for 186 pips. We did have a small loss cut on the CAD yen for 25 pips, and we're out of that trade. So let's go ahead and jump over to the charts and update our list. Okay, just checking the sound. We had a sound problem yesterday. I don't want to have a repeat of that. Sometimes Google Hangouts work really well. Every once in a while, they are a complete disaster. So they've gotten a lot better over the years that I've been using them. All right, so I talked about the dollar peso. Let's just jump over there because it's not on our open trade list anymore. Now remember, this had shown us, it had a Class B supply zone, and it had a triangular moving average that had folded over and turned red. And that was yesterday. And then after that, it broke higher and eventually hit the final profit target up here, which was the, wait for it, monthly pivot. So this trade actually did everything that we'd hoped it would do. And as I said yesterday, that was a judgment call. There was no Class A supply zone. It was a Class B supply zone and just a triangular moving average color change, which it can be used. And in your testing, you'll find that it's a pretty reliable early exit signal. But we also get some where it's just price retracing a bit, it turns red, and then it resumes its trend. So 50-50, I took the conservative route, but you could have definitely stayed in that for longer. That's not a problem. And you can even trend follow this if you want to, if you're still in it. Hold on and see, don't take profit at this level. Take your pending order out, move the stop to break even, and see if you can get up to here, or however far it'll take you before you get a opposite direction Class A signal. But at any rate, this did go a lot further than yesterday. All right, so let's look at our watch list trades. Our pound Aussie sell is the first one we're looking at. This trade is still trending. It's moving higher, making higher highs. The divergence line here. We also had this third line yesterday, but it's repainted itself and extended even further. I like this line. I like this setup. I think this is going to give us a nice sell trade eventually, but not yet. So we're going to leave it on the watch list for now. Let's look at the Aussie newsy buy. This one also still trending lower, made a lower low. A new divergence line was painted. Our buy bubbles are now no longer buy bubbles because this triangle moving average line is repainted. And it's still red, it's still trending down. So this, again, a nice setup for the near future, but we're not there yet, so we're going to leave it on the watch list. I'm definitely very interested in this. This is doing all the things we look for a trade that's going to set up and give us a nice reversal and a nice profit. So keep watching. Moving on to our new and open trades list, let's look at the Euro Aussie sell. Now, I opened this trade yesterday and it was still available to you at the point we talked yesterday. Euro Aussie, where'd you go? There it is. And this trade is now no longer available to you. So it looked like it might stop out, but it dropped and made a new lower low. It's on its way to the weekly pivot. Hopefully it's on its way further on to our monthly pivot initial profit target. And I'm just going to change this to open. It sends this as a signal trade, so I want to make sure we mark it that way. So you received ample notice about this trading opportunity before it started. Next, we have the Aussie yen buy. And this is one I think we're still waiting on today. Look, it's still moving sideways. It moved down and it never really produced that. This was kind of that entry candle we talked about, and you might have even gotten into this trade on that. I think yesterday we had our trend line drawn maybe like that, and we'd broken through sideways. Then we had this candle that closed a little bit higher, and then immediately one that closed a lot lower and started retracing down to the zone. It's since rebounded a little bit, but I still wasn't interested in getting into this trade after seeing that. So I redrew my trend line like this, and now I'd be waiting for a break and a close above that trend line before I'd get into the trade. I'm never in a hurry to get into a trade unless it's absolutely ready, and then I'm ready to get into it. But this just hasn't produced an entry signal that I'm excited about at this point. I do think it will, so we should keep being aware of it. It's really, we just need one more thing to get into this trade, as I've said before, and we have a good trade plan, good profit targets. So let's just keep being aware of it and be ready when the opportunity happens so that we can get into the trade. All right, next let's look at our euro dollar sell. This is doing well again. It made a new lower low. Remember, it looked like it was going to stop out, and then it broke below our trend line, our second trend line here. That would have given you another entry opportunity if you hadn't gotten into the trade over here and for a better price. It moved down, slammed into the weekly pivot. It produced a wick after it hit that. Hopefully it'll go further and get to our 50% Fibonacci retracement initial profit target. At this point, it's looking good. So no worries there at this point. Next, let's look at the Aussie Swiss. Aussie Swiss also, this had folded over and was retracing. The triangle moving average was changing color. If that happens close to an entry point, I'll suck it up and I won't get out of the trade, especially if it's just started and it looks like it might reverse again and start trending. And sure enough, it did, and it gave us a higher high. So the trend is still intact. We're moving higher. hopefully we're going to get to our 50% Fibonacci retracement initial profit target. Aussie CAD. Same deal here, almost. This one actually has produced a Class A supply zone here, but because it's so close to the initial entry, I'm just going to ignore it. I only really start to pay attention to these when I have profit on the table and we've moved some significant distance towards at least the initial profit target. And we just haven't done that yet. And plus the other Aussie pairs are moving higher and they're making higher highs. So I'm willing to wait on this, see if we can punch through this and invalidate it and get even higher. But this is also looking better than it did yesterday. Dollar CAD buy, that's our next trade. This dropped quite a bit, then it broke through this second trend line I drew. It hasn't made a higher high yet, so we don't know if the trend is intact yet. The triangular moving average line is showing a little bit of red. But right below here, we have a new bullish demand zone, folks. And that's pushing price higher. So that's a bullish signal. That's a continuation signal. I'd be looking for this in the next few hours to make a higher high and keep moving on towards our initial profit target at the monthly pivot at 1.3038. Next, we have a euro pound sell. And this is done spectacularly. We hit our initial profit target. So I just sent out a signal before this broadcast. You should have moved your stop to break even and taken part of your profit at this point. Take it off the table. And for the remainder, you can either leave a pending order at the final profit target, or you can make plans to trend follow this. And when I say trend follow, if you've studied the course, then you know that what I mean is you're going to hold on to this until there's either a color change in the triangular moving average after it gets over this target, right? Or an opposite direction Class A signal forms. And potentially you could extend at least down to here to this zone where this move started in the first place, or maybe even beyond. I mean, if this is the start of our move, of a retracement of the Brexit move, this could go a lot further, potentially down to this month, the July monthly pivot, or even down to this zone here. So, you know, I stopped out of those trades earlier. We've taken partial profit on this idea again, and I'm willing to try again. But this time, I don't think I'm going to ignore my reversal signals. It's not a damn the torpedo situation. I think more that it's that we need to just give it a go and see if it starts really moving in that direction hard, if sentiment has shifted that much. And also remember, we're starting to get towards the end of summer vacation. So I think we're going to see markets responding more to this and responding more to opportunities to trade in the direction of a pound retracement. Keeping that in mind, the same deal with the pound Swiss. That's a buy trade. It's basically the mirror image of this trade. It's hit its first profit target, so your stop should be at break even, and you should have taken partial profit on this trade. And for the second target, you can either set a pending order at our planned profit target, or you can trend follow, as described earlier. And if you trend follow, there's so many great potential targets, including but not limited to the July monthly pivot and even this zone up here, which I haven't forgotten about. And if I get an opportunity to trade back there that's moving fairly well, I'm definitely going to take it. That would be a legendary trade, probably one of the best trades of the year if we could get it done. But I'm not going to sacrifice profit to get there. If we get a close signal on the 1 hour chart before then, an opposite direction Class A zone, after we've exceeded this target, I will go ahead and take profit. And we do have one sitting right here, remember. This is a Class A zone. It's already Class A. If it hit this and gave me another divergence, another Class A signal, that would really be a sign that, yeah, maybe I want to go ahead and take profit on this, not get too greedy. And you know, especially on the second strategy, I had a bit of a drawdown, so time to recover that drawdown and put some money back in the bank so we can be in profit on that account. So next we have a pound CAD buy. This is also moving extremely well. We've almost hit the initial profit target. Again, showing more Class B divergence, which we ignore. It hasn't been effective here, here, here. That's just more proof that it alone, divergence, especially in a trend, is pretty weak. And we're almost there. And once you get there, of course, you know what to do. You're going to take partial profit, and you're going to move your stop to break even. Finally, we have a pound yen buy. This trade also moving higher. It's moving right along. It's made a higher high recently, on its way to its initial profit target. There's really nothing to do here, but hold on until then, and then once you hit that, take partial profit, move your stop break even, go for the next profit target or trend follow. That's all there is to it, folks. And that's it. Those are all my updates. I haven't seen any new trades setting up right now. Nothing that I'm interested in. We can scan. Let's just go to this end of the list just for fun. Make sure there's nothing I'm missing. Euro Swiss, nope. Euro Newsy, nope. Newsy dollar, no. Dollar Swiss, it's already out of the barn. Swiss yen, no. Euro yen, no. All these yen pairs that are in this huge demand zone, there's nothing for me to pay attention to there. I think we're in everything that we need to care about at this point in time. And we're doing pretty well this week, so I'm pretty happy about where we are at right now. All right, so that's all our updates. I'm just going to check if there's any questions in the live chat room. And today there are not. I'm hopeful. But please, if you can, you're always welcome. And I'm always happy to have people attend live asking questions. That really makes my day. So, but do contact me. You can go to the community here from the community menu. You can go to members, find me. I'm EZFX. You can send me a private message. You can go to groups. You can join the trading room group. And you can post questions, charts, ideas there, exchange with other members. And you can also just contact me by good old-fashioned email, ezfxsignal@gmail.com. Always happy to get your questions, always happy to answer them. Thanks for watching today's EZFX Signal Trading Room broadcast. We'll be back tomorrow with another edition of our broadcast and more updates and hopefully more new trade ideas too. And I'll be happy to see you there. See you tomorrow, guys.